right. You ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
All right.
I feel a little underdressed. I just came from the basketball court.
There's been so many athletes that have made the NBA the highest echelon of professional basketball in the world. And there's athletes that can jump as high as the sky, run as fast as a cheetah. They can hit buckets. They can react. But it's the special niche of players that have that mindfulness, that have that attacking mode, that relentless mode, that mode where they go ice cold last few minutes. I think that makes a difference between the great ones and the greatest ones, right?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, to me, the mentality is a really simple one in the sense that the confidence comes from preparation. So when the game's on the line, I'm not asking myself to do something that I haven't done thousands of times before, right? So when I prepare, I know what I'm capable of doing, I know what I'm comfortable doing, and I know what I'm not comfortable doing. Right? And so in those moments, if it looks like I'm ice cold or not nervous, it's because I've done it thousands of times before. So what's one more time? Right?
So, as a 17-year-old, untagged as a chosen one, he became an NBA legend. The story of Kobe Bryant is one of the most surprising and twist-filled in basketball history. From his arrival in the league, where few knew the impact he would have, to building a dynasty in Los Angeles, Kobe established himself as a figure who defied expectations and redefined success in the NBA. To understand the magnitude of Kobe Bryant's legacy, it's crucial to go back to his earliest days in basketball. Unlike LeBron James, who was dubbed the chosen one before he ever set foot on an NBA court, Kobe arrived as a 17-year-old unburdened by expectations of being one of the greatest of all time. He decided almost impulsively to enter the NBA draft and was selected 13th overall. A risky bet, considering that teams rarely selected players straight out of high school, but this choice was no fluke. Kobe had proven at Lower Merion High School in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, that he was no ordinary player. When he entered high school, the basketball team didn't have a good record. However, with Kobe on the team, everything changed. From playing all 5 positions, from point guard to center, Kobe showed unique talent and versatility on the court. During his junior year, he averaged 31.1 points per game, 10.4 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 3.8 blocks, and 2.3 steals. Impressive statistics for any level. In his senior year, Kobe led his team to a record of 31 wins and 3 losses and its first state championship in 53 years. He also became Southeastern Pennsylvania's all-time leading scorer, surpassing even Will Chamberlain. He won numerous awards, including Naismith High School Basketball Player of the Year and McDonald's All-American, cementing himself as a rising star. Despite offers from prestigious universities such as Duke, Michigan, and North Carolina, Kobe decided to skip college and enter the NBA draft directly, inspired by Kevin Garnett's success the previous year. Draft night was an exciting one. Although teams like the Celtics and Clippers hesitated to select him, the Lakers made a shrewd move to secure him, sending Vlade Divac to the Charlotte Hornets in exchange for Kobe's rights. Upon his arrival to the Lakers, Kobe was not the top priority. The franchise was more focused on signing Shaquille O'Neal, an established star. However, both players would join forces to form one of the most iconic duos in NBA history. During the Summer League, Kobe showed his potential by averaging 24.5 points and 5.3 rebounds in 4 games. Although in his rookie season he only averaged 15.5 minutes per game. Kobe's first season in the NBA was a mix of moments of brilliance and lessons in humility. Often relegated to the bench, he had to fight for every minute on the court. Many young players might have been discouraged by such a challenge, but not Kobe. His work ethic and passion for the game drove him to improve every day. He would spend hours after practice working on his shot, his ball handling, and his defensive game, determined to prove that he belonged in the NBA. As his career progressed, Kobe became a master of the mental game. His fierce competitiveness and desire to win at all costs led him to become one of the most feared players on the court. His famous matchups with elite players of his time, such as Allen Iverson, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady, were not only physical battles, but mental ones as well. Kobe knew how to get inside the minds of his opponents, taking advantage of any weakness he could spot. Kobe's relationship with Shaquille O'Neal was also instrumental in his development as a player. Although they initially had difficulty coexisting due to their contrasting leadership styles and desire to be the team's star. Together, they led the Lakers to 3 consecutive championships from 2000 to 2002. This winning streak cemented their status as one of the most dominant duos in the history of the sport. However, there were also tensions that eventually led to Shaq's departure from the team in 2004. Shaq's departure marked the beginning of a new chapter in Kobe's career. He became the undisputed leader of the Lakers, and with that, he took on the responsibility of leading the team back to glory. This transitional period was a difficult one, with the Lakers struggling to find their identity and return to the playoffs. However, Kobe's determination never wavered. His performance during those years, including his famous 81 points against the Toronto Raptors in 2006, proved that he was willing to do whatever it took to win.
So that leads me to talk about a lot of this Kobe tour this year in Asia is we reiterate the Mamba mentality. You know, can you talk a little bit about what the Mamba mentality is? Because that's something that's been developing over, I don't want to say 20 years, it's been developing for 35 years, right? Since you were a little kid.
Well, I mean, overall, the idea is a very simple one. And, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest. So starting at the age of 2, when I first started playing the game, and on and on and on, I always ask questions. I always try to get better every single day, learn more, learn more.
You were asking questions at 2?
Oh, dude, I was asking questions all the time. I mean, you'd be surprised. Like some people, like my kids at 2 could do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At 2, I could dribble a basketball. I could shoot a basketball on the Nerf hoop at the house. And I would go to practice with my father. I would observe my father. I'd sit and watch games with him. And
Was he your first coach?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. A lot of things I learned by being around the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So by the age of 6, I was already strategizing versus other 6-year-olds. The age of 6, I figured out 6-year-olds couldn't dribble with their left hand. And so I said, okay.
A lot of 12-year-olds can't dribble with their left hand.
Well, imagine 6. So when I was playing these 6-year-old kids, I would make them dribble with their left because I knew they couldn't. And so they dribble off their foot. I'd pick it up, lay it up. Do it again. Dribble off foot, pick it up, lay it up. So at 6 years old, I had 63 points. And
Ultimately, the arrival of Pau Gasol to the Lakers in 2008 revived the franchise's championship hopes. Under Kobe's leadership, the Lakers reached the NBA Finals on 3 consecutive occasions, winning 2 more championships in 2009 and 2010. These titles not only reaffirmed Kobe's status as one of the greatest of all time, but also solidified his legacy as a player who could lead with both his talent and his unwavering determination. The story of Kobe Bryant is more than a collection of statistics and trophies. It is a narrative of perseverance, evolution, and an insatiable desire to be the best. Throughout his career, Kobe proved that success is not predetermined by circumstances, but is achieved through dedication and sacrifice. Even in his later years, when injuries began to take their toll, Kobe never stopped fighting. His 60-point performance in his final game in 2016 was a testament to his unique ability to amaze and his ability to overcome any obstacle. Kobe Bryant left a legacy that goes beyond his on-court accomplishments. His relentless focus and Mamba mentality have inspired generations of athletes to pursue excellence and never give up in the face of adversity. Kobe's story is not just that of a great basketball player, but that of a man who, with every dribble and every shot, showed the world what it means to have passion, dedication, and a relentless desire to be the best. Beyond individual achievements and championships, Kobe Bryant's influence on basketball can be measured by the impact he had on the players who followed him. For many, Kobe was not only an NBA superstar, but also a mentor and a source of inspiration. From LeBron James to Jason Tatum, players across generations have spoken openly about how Kobe's work ethic and mindset drove them to be better. His focus on details, constant repetition, and never-ending pursuit of perfection became a guide not only for players, but also for coaches and basketball fans around the world. In addition to his influence on the court, Kobe was a pioneer in other aspects of sport and culture. His mastery of multiple languages, including Italian, and his deep understanding of international cultures made him a global ambassador for basketball. This was evident in his role in the expansion of the NBA in China and other parts of the world. Kobe understood that basketball had the power to connect people from different backgrounds and cultures, and he used his platform to foster that global connection. His charisma and international presence helped the NBA become a worldwide phenomenon. Kobe Bryant made the All-Rookie team and quickly began to stand out as an exceptional player. In his first season, the Lakers made the playoffs, facing the Utah Jazz in the Western Conference semifinals. During Game 5, with Byron Scott injured and Shaq and Robert Horry fouled out, rookie Kobe Bryant stepped up to the plate in crunch time, taking 4 crucial shots. Though he missed, this early performance showcased Kobe's grit and determination, characteristics that would come to define his career. Even his teammates recognized his potential early on. Shaquille O'Neal, for example, noted that Bryant was the only player with the audacity to attempt those shots at such a crucial moment. In his second season, Kobe improved even further, doubling his points per game average from 7.6 to 15.4 and becoming a fan favorite. This season also saw him make history as the youngest player to be voted to an All-Star game, despite not being a starter on his own team, proving his popularity and talent. Kobe's third season was a turning point. The Lakers made the decision to move key players like Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones to make room for Kobe as a starter. In his first year as a starter, Bryant averaged 19.9 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game, impressing everyone with his performance. By the age of 20, he was already being compared to legends like Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan, reflected in a Sports Illustrated cover that questioned whether Kobe would be the Lakers' next big star. As his career progressed, Kobe cemented himself as one of the best players of his generation. The 2000, 2001, and 2002 seasons marked three of the most important years of his young career. Under the guidance of coach Phil Jackson, who had led the Chicago Bulls to 6 championships, Kobe and the Lakers found their groove. Despite a rocky start to the 1999-2000 season, due to a preseason injury that sidelined him for 6 weeks, Kobe came back stronger than ever, averaging 22.5 points, 6.3 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game. During this time, Kobe established himself as an NBA superstar. He was named to the All-NBA second team and the All-Defensive team, becoming the youngest player ever to be selected to the latter. The Lakers, led by a dominant Shaq and an emerging Kobe, won 67 games that season and secured the best record in the NBA. This powerhouse duo led the Lakers to 3 consecutive championships, cementing their place in basketball history. Later in the playoffs, in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals, Kobe Bryant recorded 25 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 4 blocks. He stepped up whenever the Lakers needed him. Although he was injured in Game 2 of the finals, he returned in Game 4, which proved to be crucial as it meant that a healthy Kobe Bryant was crowned NBA champion for the first time. With the Lakers winning their first NBA championship, Kobe proved that he was among the league's elite. However, the 2000 championship was just the beginning. From the 2000 to 2001 season, Kobe and the Lakers continued to improve. Kobe increased his average to 28.5 points per game. But this rise also brought with it some tensions within the team. The question was, who was really the leader of the Lakers? Kobe Bryant or Shaquille O'Neal? The Lakers finished the season with 56 wins, down from 67 the year before, but Kobe made the All-NBA second team, the All-NBA defensive team, and was voted to the All-Star game for the 3rd consecutive year. Despite the disappointment of just 56 wins, the Lakers approached the playoffs with great determination. In the first round, they swept the Blazers 4-0, and in the second round, they did the same against the Kings. In the Western Conference Finals, they beat the Sports 4-0, advancing to the NBA Finals with a perfect 11-0 record in the playoffs up to that point. In the finals, they faced Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers. Although Iverson managed to win one game, the Lakers prevailed 4-1, completing the playoffs with an impressive 15-1 record and winning their 2nd consecutive championship. During these playoffs, Kobe averaged 29.4 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. Although there were tensions between Shaq and Kobe, with Shaq viewing Kobe as selfish and Kobe viewing Shaq as lazy, both players eventually recognized each other's ability and impact. Last season, Bryant had caused a rift due to his tendency to force his offense and ignore his teammates. But in these playoffs, his selfless and outstanding style of play helped the Lakers win the championship. Shaq even called Bryant the best player in the league, which seemed to end the feud between them and usher in a new era. Despite the general admiration, the question lingered about Shaq and Kobe's impact on the NBA. In the 2001-2002 season, Kobe had his healthiest season up to that point, averaging 25.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.5 assists on a career-best 46.9% shooting. This season, Kobe was selected to the All-NBA first team and the All-Defensive team, highlighting a 56-point performance in 3 quarters against the Grizzlies. The Lakers finished with 58 wins, and in the Western Conference Finals, they beat the Kings in a controversial game, returning to the NBA Finals for the 3rd consecutive time. In the 2002 Finals, the Lakers faced the New Jersey Nets, and Kobe Bryant did not allow the Nets to snatch the championship from them. With Kobe, Shaquille O'Neal, and Phil Jackson, the Lakers won their 3rd consecutive championship, and Kobe became the youngest player to have 3 rings at age 23. This feat puts him alongside Michael Jordan, who also won 3 consecutive championships on 2 different occasions. In the 2002-2003 season, Kobe continued to excel, setting a record of 12 three-pointers in a single game and averaging 40.6 points per game in February. However, despite their impressive performance, the Lakers were eliminated by the Sports in the second round of the playoffs. I called Phil. He and I talked. It was an emotional conversation, but he just said, "You know what, Kobe? We're going to try to figure this out." That was quick. But, oh yeah, right after that, Phil said he was also sending Andrew Bynum for Jason Kidd. Are you kidding me? He was the one who drafted Bynum, so he's not letting him go. He's talking about Jason Kidd, but he didn't want to make that trade, so now he's in a tough spot. What's Andrew Bynum's potential? Honestly, I don't know. I'll start. It's too slow. This video went pretty viral at the time, so I thought I'd share it. But clearly the trade didn't happen, and Bynum would become a big part of the Lakers down the road. Now we're in the 2007 to 2008 season. Kobe Bryant became the fastest player to reach 20,000 career points and led the Lakers to first place in the West. And for the first time in his career, Kobe won the NBA MVP. Despite their success, the Lakers ended up losing the championship to the Celtics. Fast forward to the next season, 2008 to 2009. Through the first 19 games, the Lakers had a 17-2 record. Kobe was named to the All-NBA First Team and the All-Defensive Team, the 7th time in his career. The Lakers returned to the finals, this time against the Orlando Magic. Kobe averaged 32.4 points, 7.4 assists, 5.6 rebounds, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks per game in the series. He was completely dominant and won his first Finals MVP. The following season, Kobe became the youngest player to reach 25,000 points and the Lakers' all-time leading scorer. In the playoffs, he beat the Locos and Thunder, the Utah Jazz, and the Phoenix Suns, leading the Lakers to a finals rematch against the Boston Celtics. This time, the Lakers won the championship and Kobe earned his 5th ring and 2nd Finals MVP. Although he never achieved the 6th championship to equal Michael Jordan, Kobe became the fastest player to reach 30,000 points at the time, surpassing Will Chamberlain to become the 4th leading scorer of all time. Despite injuries, Kobe continued his career and surpassed Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list, finishing in 3rd place. He closed his career with a legendary performance, scoring 60 points in his final game. Despite the rules, the championship was not a success for the Lakers. The Lakers won the championship and he became the 4th all-time scorer, surpassing Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list. Despite the rules, the championship was not a success for the Lakers. The Lakers won the championship and he became the 4th all-time scorer, surpassing Michael Jordan on the all-time scoring list, finishing in 3rd place. From his arrival in the league at age 17 until his retirement, Kobe won 3 championships as Robin and led the Lakers to 2 more championships. His career is one of the most legendary of all time. After his retirement, Kobe embarked on a second career that surprised many, that of narrator and content creator. He founded his own media company, Granity Studios, and quickly began to make his mark in Hollywood. In 2018, he won an Academy Award for his animated short film, Dear Basketball, a love letter to the sport that defined his life. This achievement not only demonstrated his versatility and talent off the court, but also underlined his passion for storytelling and his desire to inspire others beyond basketball. Kobe saw no limits to what he could accomplish, whether on the court or behind a camera. Kobe Bryant's impact was also deeply felt in his approach to family and fatherhood. He often proudly referred to himself as a girl dad, devoting much of his time and energy to supporting his 4 daughters, and especially his daughter Gianna, who was destined to follow in his basketball footsteps. Together they formed a unique connection, and were often seen at Dubilo NBA games and at the Mamba Sports Academy, where Kobe coached young athletes. Her dedication to her family and her passion for empowering women in sports became a fundamental part of her legacy. The tragic death of Kobe and Gianna in a helicopter crash in 2020 left a huge void in the world of sports and beyond. Reactions of grief and tribute came from all over the world, reflecting not only her impact as an athlete, but also as a person. From Michael Jordan's tears to the tributes from players across leagues, Kobe's passing felt like a personal loss to millions. His legacy lives on in the countless people he inspired, in the young athletes who bring his passion and dedication to the court, and in every shot, pass, and dribble that recalls the unwavering Mamba mentality. Kobe Bryant was more than just a basketball player. He was a symbol of what can be achieved with hard work, determination, and an unwavering mentality. His life was a testament to the importance of dedication and sacrifice in the pursuit of greatness, and his legacy remains a source of inspiration for all who seek to push their limits. In his memory, the world of sport continues to move forward, always remembering that with the right spirit, there is nothing that cannot be achieved. Thank you for watching.
Just in life outside of the game, and even more so now, in building a business and all these things, the kind of culture you want to have, all those things are directly learned from the game of basketball for me.
Next up is the next pillar: be obsessive. Obsessive. That's I think a lot of people equate that with you. Kobe is obsessive in a lot of things. Yeah. We've been doing this for what, 8 years now, Asia tour.
Yeah.
I've been with you for a long way. The one moment that stands out of we've done, I don't know how many done. We've done what, 800 events. Mm-hmm. The one time was 4 a.m. We went out to practice at 4 a.m. And that was your idea to do it. But then all these Nike people are like, no, let's not do that. And then you're like, let's do it at 4 a.m. So you got security, you got brand marketing, sports marketing going, no, let's not do it. You're like, let's do it because that's your obsessiveness, right?
To me, it just makes complete sense.
Not to us. I'm sleeping at 4 a.m. You're working out. So talk about that.
Okay, so if your job is to try to be the best basketball player you can be, mm-hmm. right? To do that, you have to practice, you have to train, right? You want to train as much as you can, as often as you can. So if you get up at 10 in the morning, train at 11, right? 12, say 12, train at 12, train for 2 hours, 12 to 2. You have to let your body recover. So you eat, recover, whatever. You get back out, you train, start training again at 6. Train from 6 to 8, right? And now you go home, you shower, you eat dinner, you go to bed, you wake up, you do it again, right? Those are 2 sessions. Right, now imagine you wake up at 3, you train at 4, you go 4 to 6, come home, breakfast, relax, blah, blah, blah. Now you're back at it again, 9 to 11, right? You relax, and now all of a sudden you're back at it again, 2 to 4, and now you're back at it again, 7 to 9. Look how much more training I have done by simply starting at 4, right? And so now you do that, and as the years go on, the separation that you have with your competitors and your peers just grows larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And by year 5 or 6, doesn't matter what kind of work they do in the summer, they're never going to catch up because they're 5 years behind. Right? So it makes sense to get up and start your day early because you can get more work in.
Is that genetic? Or is that something you ingrained and trained yourself?
No, it was
Who
just,
taught you that?
For me, it was just common sense. Like I can if I start earlier, I can train more hours, and I know the other guys aren't doing it because I know what their training schedule is, right? So I know if I do this consistently over time, the gap's just going to widen and widen and widen and widen and widen, and they won't be able to get that back. Mm-hmm. So to me, it was just common sense and like thinking, how can I get an advantage? Oh, start earlier. Yeah, let's do that.
When did you start doing that?
Man, like high school. My first class in high school was 7:45. I used to get to the gym around 5 a.m. and I'd play before school. Mm-hmm. And then school would start.
Who's playing with you at 5 a.m.?
My coach. So my coach would show up and we'd do all these basketball drills. Mm-hmm. Right?
So just you and your coach?
Just me and my coach. And sometimes it would just be me and the janitor, and who's still there today. And then I play at lunchtime.
That guy should get a medal.
I hooked him up with a few things. But I play during lunch and then practice after. And then go home, do my schoolwork, and then watch a bunch of game film and games on TV and study film.
Was that the only thing you've been obsessed about, basketball?
Well, until recently, yeah. Basketball dominated, my entire life for more than 30 years.
When I brought it up, like, is it genetic or you just learned it? I mean, how did that idea even come up? Because that's obviously a pillar of Mamba mentality, the obsessiveness. This is just, like you said, I'm going to get up at 4. Everybody's get up at 6. If everybody's going to get up at 4, I'm going to get up at 2. Right? How do you develop that, or where do you learn that from?
Well, I think it's just it's just a matter of what's important to you. Mm-hmm. And what's important to you, for whatever reason, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. Mm-hmm. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. Right? So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it, because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I could be. Mm-hmm. And so that's where it comes from for me. You can't leave any stone unturned.